Welcome to another What's New in Dynatrace. There is a lot to catch up on, so here's what we're going to cover today. First up, Dynatrace Intelligence, then extended AI Observability, Smartscape on Grail, cloud operations for AWS, the new real user monitoring signals and apps, and finally, the investigations app. We released Dynatrace Intelligence at Perform 2026 in Las Vegas. What you already have doesn't change: anomaly detection, root cause analysis, and Dynatrace problems. But here's what we've also added. We've had a local MCP server available for a while, since last year in fact. But now you have access to our hosted remote MCP server. Both the MCP servers have access to your data stored in Grail, as well as the real-time dependency graph, aka Smartscape topology, meaning that you can ask questions about your telemetry across signals and all in the context of your environment as modeled by Smartscape, using whatever AI models that you prefer. What you might already know as Davis CoPilot has been to the gym. The in-platform agentic AI assistant can now pull data into its context from Grail or Smartscape. You can get started by launching a new conversation. Just click the Dynatrace Assist button near the top of the menu in your tenant, or hit Ctrl and I in your environment to open the window. Now, both the MCP server as well as Dynatrace Assist make use of our tools and agents. We have launched several Agentic Integrations. You can now provide agents with Dynatrace data to make them even more effective and powerful. Currently supported are AWS DevOps Agent, Azure SRE Agent, ServiceNow Assist, Atlassian Rovo, PagerDuty Agent, and many more to come. We also have integration guides and options for developer tools such as Claude Code CLI, Gemini Code Assist, N8N, GitHub Copilot, AWS Bedrock Agent Code Gateway, Kiro Code, and Atlassian Rovo Dev, again with more to come. Dynatrace has long built out a real-time dependency graph that we call Smartscape, but now Smartscape is improved and available on Grail. What that means is that users can browse and query their IT environment via the Smartscape app. This app has pre-built domain-specific views like Kubernetes and Cloud, and all Smartscape entities are fully indexed and queryable via Dynatrace Query Language or DQL, meaning that you can always find the information that you're looking for in real time. Smartscape is more than just a visual model though. It is, as I say, queryable. That's the real-time data that you can actively investigate. The cloud entities, for example, contain their full JSON definitions, so you can have full access to your cloud's configuration queryable via DQL. Kubernetes entities contain the full YAML configuration that you can parse and query in Dynatrace. The new Clouds app introduces a whole new paradigm for monitoring your cloud providers. Gone are the active gates, with a new fully redesigned way of ingesting the signals that you need from AWS. All you need to do is follow the wizard in the UI, and it's going to give you, in the case of AWS, a CloudFormation template, and that's it. Deploy the CloudFormation template and you're done. We've completely overhauled the real user monitoring experience with extended support for single-page apps or SPAs and 3 new Dynatrace apps to help you get the most out of it all. The first is Users and Sessions, Experience Vitals, and the Error Inspector. Now, if this sounds interesting, Andy and Bernat have done a very deep dive into everything that's new. We continue to work with industry partners such as AWS to ensure that the telemetry they emit follows the generative AI or Gen AI semantic conventions from the OpenTelemetry project. What this means for you in practice is that no matter which model or provider or service you're using, the AI Observability app is just going to work out of the box. We also continue to publish integration instructions over on the Dynatrace OSS GitHub repo, with Claude and OpenInference being 2 recent additions that come to mind. Links, again, are in the video description below, so go check them out. The Security Investigator app is now the Investigations app. Why? Because while the Investigations app is obviously useful for investigating security incident, it goes far beyond that, and actually it's useful for any type of performance, network, or business data related investigation. The Investigations app provides additional capabilities to perform ad hoc real-time analysis whenever you're investigating an issue and you start with a hypothesis. You don't necessarily know which data you want to query. You're starting with a hypothesis and taking it from there. Now, at each step, the Investigator app holds that history so you can easily branch off into side quests, exploratory branches, and everything is held. You can come back and return to a previous step. Think of it like Git for observability investigations. Now, there is a lot more cool stuff in the Investigations app, so I expect more content on the app in the coming months. And that is what's new in Dynatrace. As always, you can find all of the links in the video description below, so go check it out. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you again very soon. Bye.